channel. Today we are going to do a super chill, relaxed video. So there's a trend or a thing that people do called mukbangs, and they pretty much just eat, and it's really chilled, but it's a longer video, and it's just supposed to be a relaxed video where they just chat. Now that freaks me out because I don't like watching people eat, and I don't like people watching me eat. So instead of that, I'm gonna be folding my laundry. Now, what I want you to do, if you have the time or if you want to just hang out with me right now, you should pause this until you're like eating a meal or doing your chores or doing your laundry, because I just want to hang out and I want to chat about what's coming up for me, because it's really fun and it will hopefully make this channel more direct and it will kind of change things a little bit. So yeah, let's go. It's not that exciting. Okay. What we're talking about today. So, I'm going to Italy. So, if you didn't know that, I am about to start my junior year of college. I study government at GCU, but I've always really wanted to travel and just spend time in a place other than Arizona. And I am getting ready to go study abroad for a year in Italy. Yeah, so I just wanted to share a little bit of that process. That's why I have this note, because I can't remember stuff, so I want it to be clear. So I have this, that's why I'm reading. It's just a little outline for myself. So the why. Why am I going to Italy? I've always thought I was a bit adventurous. I've always wanted to adventure. Like when I was little, I used to read books a lot, and I considered that adventuring because it was always like books that took me different places. Like the American Girls dolls took me to a certain place in time, or sci-fi books, that type of like dragons and fun places, different places. And so I've always wanted to go other places. And then, oh, I'm going this way because there's a hole in it. But then around, I think I was in junior high or elementary school, my cousin Tyler, he spent a year, his senior year of high school in Chile, and that really excited me because I always thought I was really similar to Tyler, because I don't know, the idea that you could go and spend a year somewhere else sounded amazing to me, especially like a culture that was so different from ours. Like Chile is so different from America, and so that really sounded cool to me. And then when I went to college, I pretty much picked GCU so that I could have the opportunity to go study abroad, because that was like one of my goals, is I just want to experience another place. I always wanted to go and just try out different things and do stuff. So that's why I'm going, pretty much. Picking a destination. I wanted to go to Europe pretty much because I don't know why exactly I want to go to Europe, but that's just the place that I've always wanted to go. There's history there, and I'm really into history, so there's that, especially in Italy, and I'm gonna be near Rome, so like that's a big part of it. And it's relevant to my studies also, because I'm studying government, and being in Rome, like the Romans had a role in forming how we think of government today. So, ipso facto, Europe it was. Once I knew I wanted to go to Europe though, I had to pick where in Europe. And I knew I wanted to go to a place that spoke a different language, because I'm into language too, and I don't know if it's ever gonna happen, but it is a dream of mine to be like, not just like bilingual, but like multilingual, polylingual, lots of languages. So there's that. But at first I was gonna go to Spain. My dad encouraged that, because if I'm gonna learn a language, it might as well be Spanish, something I'll use in Arizona and just America in general. And I have a background in Spanish, so it would be easier for me to pick up the language. But I have always loved the idea of Italy. There's like when I was little, I remember hearing about people making mozzarella in Italy, and I was just like, cheese, mozzarella, that's my thing. And I don't know. So last summer when I spent, there's stains on this. Oh. So last summer when I lived with my brother, I was trying to pick Spain or Italy, Spain or Italy. Pretty much what ended up happening was Cassidy, my now sister-in-law, she helped me pick. She did like I don't know, she just made me pick really quickly, and then I decided on Italy because even though it wasn't more practical for the language side, So that's how I picked the destination. That's pretty much it. Now the process. What does that mean? What does that mean? Oh, basically. Baseline, what I did was I handled it myself. I started the application. I pretty much did the whole, all the parts of these different applications and all these things by myself. And I got into a couple blocks. So my advice for anybody who is studying abroad, it is a really long process. It takes a lot of work, a lot of organizational skills, and you have to stay on top of deadlines and all this stuff. And so unless you are super good at deadlines, unless you're super good at keeping your stuff together, making sure you get stuff in on time and all this stuff, because these are hard deadlines, they're very serious because they include things like talking to foreign embassies and getting a passport and all this different stuff. Unless you are super organized, I would encourage that you have a parent or a sibling or a grandparent or just somebody that will come alongside you and they will read over everything with you. You do it together so that two people have the dates, two people know what's going on, and two people can really work together to get it done, so it's not just on you. Because I assumed, I'm an adult now, I can do this. Which, I mean, is it wrong? But I did run into some problems that if I would have just from the start asked my mom to help me with this, we wouldn't have had these problems. So that's my advice to you. Just know what you're good at and don't try and do it all yourself. We're still pretty young adults, so we still need help with stuff. And even older adults, everybody needs help. Yeah, so the process, pretty much I had to first get GCU approval, which just means that I had to talk to my advisor to make sure that I had time in my schedule to actually go for a full year. Because some people only go for like 6 weeks in the summer, some people go for a full semester, but not a lot of people go for the full year because typically it doesn't work out. With my program, I'm using up all of my electives to study for a whole year. And then after that, you have to do the program application, which by the way, when you're picking a program, they range in costs. Like London is a lot more than Italy is. And there's a program called Semester at Sea, which that's like 10 times more than any of the other ones. But if you've ever dreamed of being Zach and Cody, Sweet Life on Deck, that might be for you. Is pretty much applying to college again. It's all of the essays, all of the random little fees, it's the housing issues, it's the registration for class, it's all of that stuff plus more. After you figure out this stuff, you need to figure out how you're gonna pay for it. Which actually, this is kind of, you have to obviously look at this before. Yeah. So at GCU, you can't apply your GCU scholarships to your study abroad year, but you can apply any federal aid. So I have my loans that I've been using to pay for GCU. Not all of it, but I do have some loans. And They're from the government, from FAFSA, if you know what that is. So I'm using those to apply to my study abroad year because you can. And besides that, there are scholarships available. There's many scholarships, and so you just gotta look around. You gotta do the hard work and look around to see how you can pay for this stuff. After you get all that stuff done, you got your approval from GCU, you got your program application, you know how to pay for it, then you have to do a visa application. And that is skipping the step of you have to get a passport. I've already had my passport. So you have to get that done, and then you have to do a visa application, which is really hard. There's so many steps. So I'm gonna tell you my story of trying to get a visa. So this is where me trying to do it all myself didn't work out. So I was doing this last semester at GCU, the spring semester of 2019, and I was super on top of all of my stuff. I was getting everything on time because I was also doing school and doing work. So I was very much in the zone of doing things. And so I was doing all this stuff online. And near the end of it was when the visa application started to come up. And I was like, okay, I have to watch this video by this certain date. So I wrote that down in my calendar, and then school ended and I had a sibling's wedding, and I started a job right away, and I kind of forgot about that stuff because honestly I thought I just had to watch this video. Finally, I get around to watching this video, and it's been like a month since school's ended. And I go to sit down at a Starbucks so I can like focus, really get in the zone, put on the headphones, get out a notebook to write notes on this video about the visa application. Well, when I sat down, I quickly learned that I wasn't supposed to watch this video by this date. I was supposed to have the application in by this date. So it's like a 6 o'clock on like a Thursday, and my full visa application is supposed to be in Reno, Nevada by like 6 o'clock the next day. Doesn't seem like that big of a deal, except with the visa application, you're not just filling out an application with your information and all this stuff. You have to go talk to your bank. You have to get stuff notarized. You have to get a picture done. You have to get all this stuff done exactly right. Like, you can't get it wrong. Otherwise, my program advisor was not gonna send it to the embassy to get it approved. So when I find this out, I call my mom immediately. I'm like, hey, what do I do? I don't know what to do because I don't know if I can get this done. She's like, okay, we're gonna do this together. Which, by the way, I have work the next day, and we're like, we can do this. It's no big deal. You can go to work. I just wake up super early in the morning and I get what I can done. My mom, the saint she is, thank you, Cindy Kirkman. She's the best. She wakes up and she drives all the way up to GCU in Glendale, which is like an hour away or something like that. And she gets a letter from the person in the building that I need to get a letter from, my university, notarized or whatever. She drives up there and she hand delivers the letter from GCU to me so I can put it in this program. And she goes to the bank and meets me at the bank. So right after work, I can go and get everything notarized and all this stuff done. She has to get approval from the bank. There's all this stuff. We drive over to the UPS so we can get it sent out, because I have called my program advisor and she says, just get it to me as soon as possible. As soon as possible. And so we go over to UPS and we're filling stuff out, we get stuff wrong, and she has to like reprint it, re-notarize it, because there's a notary there and we're paying them. It costs so much money to get this done so quickly with all these notaries and all this stuff done, because we were sending it overnight too. Well, we literally seal the envelope and hand it to the delivery driver. We don't hand it to the person, we hand it directly to the delivery driver who is about to go and drive away. Right before the door closes on his truck, and we get it out. And we are stressed and exhausted because it's been a full 24 hours of doing this because I didn't look at the dates and didn't actually do it correctly. End of the story is I didn't get it done right, but other people also didn't get it done right, so they did a second submission date and it all worked out in the end, but it took a couple tries, and it easily could have worked out where I was the only one that didn't get it in time, and I could have not gone to Italy. I could have wasted a bunch of time on all these applications and just not gone at all. So that's why I think you should make sure that you get somebody else to do it with you, because it is a long process with lots and lots and lots of things that you have to do, and it all has to be done on time. I got one shirt folded in that time that I told that story. Okay, so now that I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 things folded, and there's still a whole pile. So that's the process of getting to go study abroad. I'm like 21 days and 15 hours away from going. I have gotten approval from GCU. I know all the classes I'm taking. I'm taking history and art and travel journalism and Italian, obviously. I don't know if I'm going to be staying with a family or in a dorm yet. I should find that out relatively soon because I'm about to leave, so I'm gonna find that out soon, but it isn't until the last like couple week or two before I go that I'll find that out. But pretty much what I'm doing now, I've not folded. Oh my gosh, I thought this was gonna be easy to do both of these things, which is why I waited a week to film this video. Whatever. So what am I doing now? I have to pack all this stuff. I'm trying to get some film equipment so I can film some really, really cool videos while I'm there that are like vlogs and sit down videos like this talking about the whole journey. This is pretty much, in the next year, if anything happens on this channel, it's going to be Italy stuff. There might be some creative stuff. I am bringing my ukulele with me, so I will be doing songs and stuff like that. I'll still be doing that. What's next? That's the end of my thing. And I did not fold as much as I wanted to. But you know, that's what happens when you get caught up in storytelling, apparently. I don't know how people eat and do these videos. Like, how do you eat and tell a story? Usually it's with another person, so I guess you're conversing, but sometimes it's not. Lots of times it's not with another person. It's just somebody eating. It's weird. YouTube is weird. I don't get it. I'm trying my best. And then after that, I've got 21 days and I'm going to be on an airplane on my way to Philadelphia to catch a plane with a whole group of people that are going to live in Italy. It's crazy, and I still don't know enough Italian. Io ragazzo!